Welcome, 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 welcome. Y'all already know you here with the most valuable podcast. I'm your host with the most, coming straight from the West Coast. It's your boy, Cinco Bands the man, trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan, and I can't do it without you. Give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. Yes, Lord. This is the most valuable podcast. And we're on episode 101. 101. We still here. We on episode 101, man. It's feel good. You know, to be here with my audience, whether I have an audience or not. This shit is gonna get seen. I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't too worried about it, man. You feel me? Yeah, I ain't too worried about it. But without further ado, hope y'all had a great Sunday, fun day. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, Lord. But we got to get to the bottom of some shit, man. We got to get to the bottom of some stuff. Dr. Umar Johnson, reputable black scholar. You know, it's been a lot of people on him about this school, on him about everything he doing, right? So I came across something that I wanted to go through with you guys. They saying Dr. Umar owed $38,388 on these FDMG Academy bills. FDMG Academy bills. Okay? And we're gonna get to the bottom of it. I wanna know. Is it true? Hmm? I want to know. I don't know if y'all want to know, but I want to know. Let me see something. Okay. All right. Without further ado, hold up. What? That can't be a. It can't be a. Why is that so long? I don't know. We're gonna skip through this joint. Without further ado, y'all, we about to we about to get into it. Man, this can't be real. Did that shit say 5 hours? We ain't no way in hell.
If we had, yes, donate to the school, dollar sign FDMG school on your Cash app. 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 If you need to mail in your donation, make it payable to the FDMG Academy, P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. That is Wilmington, Delaware, 19809. We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. We're trying to renovate a school, brothers and sisters. We're trying to renovate a school. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not fixing a flat tire. We're not opening up a penny candy shop. We're not selling water ices, okay? We're not selling hot dogs. We're renovating a school. Do you understand? Do you understand? So please, brothers and sisters, give what you can. We're building an institution, okay? Trying to give our children a chance that we didn't have. That's what we're doing. I don't have to pin it because I done already told you what it is. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Don't be lazy. $ FDMG school. Before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
All right, Cookie Crush Chat. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We have quite a bit to get through. That's all I can say. Buckle up. Cookie Crush Chat, Sunday defeated. Let's go. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming.
Hold on. Yeah. Nah, I got this.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking. All right, welcome everyone. The irony. See all these shenanigans, and yet Umar is facing family members to talk to her, see her, visit her, take care of her. That's sad. And then people think that somehow he wants to treat women properly. He don't even treat his own mama right. Real talk. Good point, Sister 1973. I totally agree with that. D says, "Can you play Snowbunny Love like you used to do California Love?" We'll do Snowbunny Love at the end of this live stream. I'll promise. Okay, if I remember. Let me just put right here. Snow Bunny Love to close out.
You know he's a
okay, we'll do that. Okay, thank you, D Brown, for the super chat. D Brown says, "Can you play FDMG is coming at 1,000?" No, because we got to get going. I tell you what, if this goes long enough and I need a break, then I'll pull up California Love or FDMG is coming, or I'll do Snow Bunny Love. Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, but we already 43 minutes in, and we got receipts. I got these videos most of you guys haven't seen. I want to get to because it was from today. Thanks, D Brown, for super chat. Umar is like KFC finger. Okay, all right. All right. FDMG says, "Okay, so I finished appliance repair tech school and now airline mechanic school, and Umar's school is still not open. This is insane." Yeah, there's a lot. I went to college and got a degree in cybersecurity and computer technology. The company I work for, that I used to work for, they paid for it. The company I work for now, they would pay for it if I wanted to go get a master's, but I just ain't got the time. That's the one thing I don't have right now is time. I'm busy all the time. You guys, this today is a treat. Yesterday was a treat. Okay, I ain't live stream on a Friday or Saturday. It's been a couple of years. I may have gotten in a couple here and there, a handful. But yeah, there's people in the chat room that their kids they were 10. Now their kids is grown. Their kids was 16. Now their kids is grown. Graduated college, picked up a master, got 2 kids. They got grandbabies now. It don't take this long to open up a school. Like I said earlier, if FDMGs, if someone dropped a bare minimum $1.6 million, it's really close to 2.6, 2.7, based upon my estimations. If they drop that kind of money in your hands and they said, yeah, you're going to open up a school, would you be able to open up something by now? After 6.5 years? And really, if you guys put this in the larger context, he started raising money for the St. Paul school scam in 2014. So we're talking 11 years. Would you have at least got something started? Yeah, absolutely. So why hasn't Umar gotten anything started? There's more people that's been coming out too recently saying that they sent Umar money in 2017 for FDMG, in 2018 for FDMG, in 2008 for FDMG, 2009 for FDMG, 2010 for FDMG. Umar says I only started collecting money in the spring of 2014. Well, then if that's the case, how was it in 2010? You stated that the school was going to open September 11, 2013. See how much of a con man this guy is? So there's a lot of money that's been raised, way more than what I've been able to prove conclusively, $1.7 million. But if someone handed you that and they with your promise that you're going to open up a school, you would have had something going on right now. Meanwhile, people, they're all old and grown and everything. See what I'm saying?
That's wow.
Thank you, FDMG. D says, hit the like button. Yeah, I'll hit the like button. I appreciate it. We had 877 likes already. We got 3,000 people in the building. Quick question that's undefeated. There is a poll question. Make sure you get your vote in. We have 2,127 votes so far. Okay. Thank you so much, D Brown. Enterprise says the Breakfast Club is as guilty as him. I totally agree with that. They never ask him critical questions. He was on there about 4 years ago, and it's not even the last time, but he was on there about 4 years ago, and he was saying how there's only 3 weeks worth of renovation work left over. Here we are 4 years later, and he's still not done with renovations, even though he said renovations were done in 2023. Yeah, they're culpable. In my opinion, they are. Thanks, Enterprise. Hope everything going well with you. Truck Talk says, I said month in corporate setting. I need a break. I tend to say month now too. I can't help it. All right. It's just I've been watching too many Umar Johnson videos. I've been blinking a lot too and shit. I can't help it. Thanks, Truck Talk. If you watch enough of these Umar videos, you start tweaking like Umar. You start doing like Gator. Dances. And it'd be random, All right. Thanks, Truck Talk. Peace with you. Peace be with you. Says thank you for your awesome research. Oh, thank you so much. You're so welcome. I would have been a really good investigative journalist. I've been really good. That's kind of like what I've been doing with Umar anyway. My wife said, well, you can still be with us. I'm too old. Thanks, Peace be with you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Britt the trucker says, FDMG, Fraudulent Delinquent Money Grab Academy. And it's been a money grab. That's for sure. It's been a money grab. Again, not one black child has been educated. How do you take that amount of money and have nothing to show for it? I mean, Umar doesn't even have a home to show for it. He has his mom living in filth in Section 8 housing. And if you live in a Section 8 housing, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that per se. I remember his fathers were saying that me and my wife were living in Section 8 housing. That wasn't true. Just lying. And then all these years later, I through research, I found out Umar was living in Section 8 housing. Y'all want me to explain how? Anyway. The point is that it's been a money grab, and it's not for Umar to set himself up for success or to open up a school so that Umar is stable. It's so that Umar can continue to live his self-destructive, cyber bomb, virtual vagrant, intercontinental hobo lifestyle. He's a rolling stone. Wherever he go, that's where he called his home. Hotel, motel rooms. See, everything is designed for Umar to not have to work a job, so that Umar does not have to run a legitimate business or to do both, so that he can just continue to flounder around living like a vagabond. And that's what he's been doing. So yeah, FDMG, it's a fraudulent delinquent money grab academy. Thank you, Britt the Trucker. Whole Southern Chris says, spoke with Mayor's Office of Local Wilmington area on Friday, said monthly reminders are sent, meaning years of reminders ignored and money wasted. Yeah. Again, this goes back to February of 2019, 6.5 years. When Umar flipped his phone.
Alpha male, send those resumes in. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com is what we're looking for. My thing is y'all need to. What happened? I'm in the process of relocating to Wilmington.
See, this filth, Umar was living in filth already prior to moving in with his mama in 2020, because he was living out of hotels and motels after he got evicted in 2019. But see, he's used to this.
Crazy, the man.
And this type of filth and living in this garbage and trash. Wow, we got 3,259 people here. Thank you all so much for tuning on in. Living in filth and trash is hoarder behavior. And this is transferred over to his mama's place. His nephew said, and you know, I'm trying to be kind. He was saying that the mother, Umar's mother, is a hoarder too. But if that is the case, and she's disabled, and Umar is the primary caretaker, that's his responsibility to clean things up, right? That makes sense. See this filth, and let's see what Umar says once he's exposed as a filthy ass, grown ass man. This is 2019, living in like this. Watch this.
FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com. FDMG resumes at gmail.com is what we're looking for. My thing is y'all need to. What happened? I'm in the process of relocating to Wilmington, Delaware, so the apartment is a mess right now. Y'all don't need to see all that.
You see his excuse? It doesn't even make sense. Okay, did he ever move to Wilmington, Delaware? Good correct chat. Did Umar ever move to Wilmington, Delaware? He said he's in the process, right? Did he ever move to Wilmington, Delaware? Nope. He never moved. What's up, humble ones? He never moved. He still ain't moved to Wilmington, Delaware. We're in 2025.
Come on, man, get to it.
Let's see. Could Umar's BS could cost mom her benefits? I don't think so. I think what would probably happen is that there would have to be some sort of court injunction to where Umar is not in control of his mama, and that her finances are not in his control, and that he's not allowed to live there. Okay, and perhaps that him being the primary caretaker, legally speaking, that ultimately that's taken away, and that then someone else can come in, perhaps one of his family members who can truly care for his mama and truly loves his mama, could come in and actually become the primary caretaker. I think that's what would take place, because ultimately the mother's benefits, those are going to be secured because of her situation, regardless of what Umar is doing. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad that she's even in this type of a situation. But again, it speaks to who? Umar. See, Umar's the common denominator to all of this mess. Thanks, CJ. Brother Ted says, Umar is such an expert on kids and families. Do we know the odds he'll win an award for Father of the Year? You know, he's spoken at conferences, is talking about fatherhood and manhood and all stuff. It's crazy. And the truth is, he's a deadbeat. He's a baby mama creator. He don't take care of his own kids. He tells black men what we should do, but he's not a family man. I'm a family man. And I'm not perfect, but I'm a family man. Umar's not a family man. He's not even committed. He says when I'm dating, he's not even dating in a traditional sense. He's just talking about the women that he's had sexual experiences with, that he sexually exploits. That's all he's talking about. Listen, Umar, if you fly into a city and you meet up with a woman and you have sex with her, that don't mean that you're dating her, homeboy. What you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? And then you fly into another city, you find another woman to have sex with. That don't mean you dating her and dating the other woman. What you talking about, goofy? When I date this woman, and when I dated, no. Listen, homeboy, trick. Okay, trick daddy number one. You listen. You trick.
To the facts. He got some facts he gonna pull up.
I can tell. Thanks, Daisy. Mod Nate says, as a person with ADHD who can be a pack rat myself off meds, I think he has ADHD and won't take meds. Ironic, given his education. Umar admitted that he had ADHD. There's one video. He not misrepresenting yourself as a licensed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the most valuable podcast. I am your host with the most, coming straight from the West Coast. Cinco bands the man, trying to get 100 grand. We are down to the meat and potatoes, y'all. Let's get to it. I think he got some paperwork that's gonna show how much Umar. Oh, let's go. this real or not? We want to know. Is he using the black
Therapist. Umar spun the story like it was an attack from the government. They're trying to take away my credentials and all my certifications and all this stuff. Because that's just Umar dramatization, over dramatizing shit. It wasn't that serious. Okay. But that's what Umar does. He always spins things in a particular way in his favor to make it seem as if he's being persecuted and it's always someone else's fault, et cetera, et cetera. He's a perpetual victim. Okay. Thank you, that hip for that super chat. Just Art says Umar is like Tommy from Martin. Yeah, I've said that many times. Many times. He ain't got no job. Thank you, Just Art in Paint. And then Suzanne says, I just want to hear you say Mama's Closet. Okay, no, but seriously, thank you for your diligence in exposing this grifter. You're a gift to our community. Well, thank you for those kind words. I've tried my best to do what I can, and there's other people that have done too. I appreciate the kind words, and I have to say, and then we're gonna get into it. I've always been fair with Umar. Okay, there's times where I've been upset and mad at Umar because things that he's done, but I've always been fair. Okay, I continue to be fair, and I always give him the benefit of the doubt. Okay, but even that being said, it's undeniable that this man, it's not even, he don't operate like a man, that this con artist is a detriment to the black community. I'm gonna say one other thing, and we're gonna get to it. That if Umar was doing this to any other group of people, he would have been done a long time ago. But because he's doing it to black people, it's been going on far too long. See? All right, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it. Okay, thanks everyone who sent in super chats. Now let's get into it. I'm going to give a very quick. I'm going to try to do it within 5 minutes. Represent what I shared with you. I broke the story yesterday, and then we're going to get to videos from Umar from today. Okay, there's quite a few of them. We'll go step by step. So I showed this yesterday, and I'm going to show it again. Hold on one second. So this is what was posted on Umar on these buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, and this is the one for the large building. It's a munition. Okay, it was e-filed August 5th, 2025. I don't have the PDF copy yet. If anyone comes across it, you can always email it to me. But I'm gonna keep looking for it once it becomes available, and that way it'll be easier to read. I was struggling through reading this yesterday. So it was August 5th, 2025. The case number is N5. I think that's N5J02114. And let me just read this first paragraph, and then we'll do a quick overview of everything else that's on here, and then we'll get going here. Take warning to all persons having or claiming to have any title, interest, or lien upon the within described. Take warning that unless the judgment for the assessments stated herein are paid within 20 days after the date thereof, or within such period of 20 days, evidence of the payment taxes or assessments herein claimed shall be filed in the office of the protho notary. And I struggle with that, but there's many people that correct me on that. Thank you all for your corrections yesterday. Someone emailed me about it too. Thank you so much. Which evidence shall be in the form of a receipted bill or duplicate thereof, bearing date prior to the filing of the lien in the office of the protho notary for Newcastle County, the city of Wilmington, may proceed to, look at this, sell the property herein mentioned or described for the purpose of collecting the judgment for the taxes or assessment herein stated. And here's the property. It's 610 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19802. Okay. And then it gives a breakdown of what for this particular size, this building. Okay, because there's three buildings altogether. There's two separate parcels. One building sits on a parcel. That's what this documentation is associated with. And then two buildings sit on the other parcel. For this building, the principal amount as of clocked in date totals $17,810.77. Okay, $17,810.77. Okay, so real quick, this was e-filed August 5th. So 20 days later would be the 25th. Umar has until the 25th or 26th, we'll just say 26th, to come up with this amount of money. Okay, and this is just for one side of the street. The other side of the street is $20,577.45.
Could this be a play, ladies and gentlemen? Could this be a play? I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Could this be a play from the government? Freezes accounts, right when he get the notice to pay the shit. But Umar hasn't even mentioned this shit. So that sound like a nigga that, oh, I ain't even gonna lie. Nigga that owes some money be trying to forget that shit. You feel me? So the fact that he hasn't even brought this up and that his accounts are frozen is a little suspicious, right? So we're gonna hear what this brother got to say because it's making sense. We got the facts, ladies and gentlemen. We got the facts.
Since you added together, Umar owes $38,388.22. He doesn't handle business. That's the theme for today. Right? So that's the first page right there. Here's the second page right here. This is the writ of monition. Okay, I won't read through this, but if you look at the top, it does say City of Wilmington, Principal Corporation of the State of Delaware, then versus, okay, this is in the Superior Court of the State of Delaware. Man, it says Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc., and the part, they give the parcel number for that side of the street. This is the large building where it has the large gym where the damage took place, the vandalism where Umar stores his junk. Okay. All right, here's the next page right here. It just breaks down all of the different fees and or assessments that are owed, and these assessments are they go back. If you look right here, 2020, 2020, there's 2023, 2021, 2019. All right, you add all this up. This one you can see 2000. I can't even really see it that well. 2025. It says due date right for that one. It looks like the top one there, it says due date of 2017. And people would say, well, how is that possible when he didn't acquire the abandoned buildings until 2019? Well, there were still fees, utility, it's associated with utilities and water and that type of thing that were still accruing from the previous owner that were not paid. And when Umar purchased these abandoned buildings in 2019, Umar, he takes on the responsibility of that. He didn't clear that. And there's a process he could have gone through to clear all this, but he didn't handle business. See, this right here, it looks like 2020. That's one of the years that I see right there. This one right here is, I see 2020 right here. And then this one is, I see 2020. All right. Okay. So this is one side street. Now what I want to show you guys is, because I did a little research on top of this yesterday, and I shared it with everyone yesterday. So I want to share it with you guys again. So let's see which one. Okay. So here it is right here. Let me do a screen share. All right, and I gave instructions on how you guys can find this yourself in the comment section for this video. I'll post the instructions again, and then you guys can look at it when you have some time, where you can go and look this all up. So Umar can't deny this. He can't say that the document that I showed him was doctored, because the document is what I used in order to find this case ID. And this is Court Connect. This is in Delaware. It's a government building. All right, excuse me, a government website for Delaware. Here's the case ID for what we see in that paperwork. And then here's the case ID again, plaintiff versus Frederick Douglass. Obviously, the plaintiff is City of Wilmington. The filing date was Tuesday, August 5th of 2025. Okay, so this was filed 4 days ago. Umar, the paperwork that I showed, that was from yesterday, was sitting on the door. And Umar obviously had not gone back to the abandoned buildings to see that he may have now since that time, but he's traveling right now. He may not have gone back up there, but if Umar had been up there since the filing date, he would have actually seen those documents, and he would have taken them down. I'm sure he wouldn't want people to know about it, and he wouldn't want me to expose him or anyone else to expose him for this. But obviously, he hasn't been up there in at least a couple of days. Okay, again, it just shows you he's not handling business. So if we scroll down here, there's just information about the lawyer. The attorney that's handling this case, about Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, et cetera, et cetera. What I want to look at, though, is this down here. If you look down here, it says initial filing monitions, see image attachment for judgment, details, date, document. And these image attachments aren't working for me. If it worked for anyone else, let me know. Okay, and I've tried different ways. Took off my ad blocker, tried in different browsers. It just may be that the website hasn't updated with the actual PDF file, but at some point it'll be available. We'll cover it. August 6, 2025, judgment entered jointly and severally against Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc., tax parcel. Here's a parcel number right here for the tax judgment amount to be paid as follows. Judgment amount $17,810.77. Okay, so what it shows too is that there's water and sewer charges. There's also exterior improvement charges. There's also vacant registration fee. This the property's been on vacant property list from the beginning, and that's the bulk of this is $15,500 because Umar hasn't done anything with these abandoned buildings. They're still on the vacant property list too. That's a waste of money. He's wasted. That's $15,000 right there. That's wasted. But altogether, just on this parcel, it's altogether it's $17,810. Okay, now let's go to the second one. I don't have the document for this one in terms of the actual pictures that I showed, but this was posted on the other building. And if we look right here, I was able to find other because I just had to do some research. I was able to find the other case ID. This one is N25J-02115. See that? And then if we scroll down to the bottom, it says initial filing munitions, see image attachment for judgment details, dated docketed August 6, 2025, just like the other one, judgment is entered jointly and severally against Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG International Leadership Academy, Inc., tax parcel number, gives it a tax parcel number. Judgment amounts to be paid as follows. Judgment amount $20,577. Water sewer charges $4,650. Man. Vacant registration fee $15,000, $15,726.70. Civil penalty charges $200. And then if you add all that up, you come up with $38,388.22. Okay. Now, one other thing I want to show you all, and there's someone who sent me this even in advance of me getting the information that I shared. I broke the story yesterday, and they sent me this. I think it was the day before. It could have been the 2 days before. But if you look down here, see this right here. This is the I can't remember. I think this is the vacant property list from back in the day. But if you look right here, East 17th Street, 611, 610. Okay, these are the abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware. Here's Douglas, Frederick, and Garvey Marcus. Okay, and this ties to how, anyway, that's the whole backstory to this when you look at the deed. RBG International Leadership, P.O. Box, etc. Look at the date there. If we scroll down, it says 2016. October 3rd, 2016. October 3rd, 2016. Umar didn't purchase these abandoned buildings until 2019. So what is going on here? I talked about this yesterday, that Umar, when he acquired these abandoned buildings in 2019, that there were bills that were due from the previous owner. And by him acquiring the properties, he is responsible because he didn't clear them. There's ways to clear it. But he didn't do, because he don't handle business. He's and really you donors, you're responsible to pay for these back fees. Okay. And the reason why I thought about that and I drew the correlation was because if we go back to the initial document, this one right here, and I don't know where it's at, but it talks about how the fees that have been accumulated, it's right there. If you guys look towards the middle, right over because I have Linen Honor in the middle. Look at that, the watermark, and right above that, if you guys can see that, it says water and sewer charges December 19th, 2016. Y'all see that? Hit the one. If y'all see that, hit the one. December 19th, 2016, December 30th, 2024 through May 29th, 2025. All right, y'all see that? So this is how my mind works. When I saw that date on there, I said, wait a minute, I remember, and I don't want to say the person's name, this person X, sent me some screenshots the other day. And there's a correlation between this water and sewer charges December 19th of 2016, right? And the document or the screenshot that I just showed you guys right here. You see that again? 2016. I said, ah. All right. Now, let's start to bring this back all together. So we have all this stuff going on with Umar. We have this year we have his daughter coming out exposing him as a deadbeat, which I told people a long time ago. Talking about how he was abusive. I told you Umar has an abusive personality. He was abusive to the mama. That's what she claims. That Umar wasn't paying child support like he claimed to do, which I've been telling people for a very long time. And then we have other situations that have happened this year, including Lene exposing Umar and his mother's situation. I've talked about Umar's mother's situation, especially as it relates to him living with his mama since 2020 and how she was on Section 8 housing. Okay, we've talked about that even before Lene came out to tell in great detail about what's happening with Umar and his mother and Umar's family too, by the way. We also have a situation that happens where Umar is claiming that someone stole his bank account information. He's alleging that it was Lene. Then he goes to Africa. He begs for money, and then he goes to Africa after he uses the black people's money that he begged for, and then he comes back, right? So he begs for money, goes over to Africa, lives it up, comes back, and then he says that his bank accounts were frozen. Then he begged for more money. Meanwhile, what I've just showed you, all these receipts, it's not like Umar didn't know that this was coming down the pike. It's not like Umar was unaware that these bills were due. He knew that there were bills due when he purchased these abandoned buildings. He knew that bills were due from February of 2019 to present. He just decided not to pay on these bills. And so now the city of Wilmington said, okay, enough is enough. We're going to get this money out of you, or we're going to take these buildings. I don't know if we would call it foreclosure. Would they call it foreclosure? Is that what it would be called? Someone real quick, if you're knowledgeable about this, would it be that they're foreclosing, or would it be that they're attaching a lien to the properties, and then at a certain point they'll just take possession based upon the lien of the properties? The other question I have too is this a law? This isn't a lawsuit per se, because it's not, even though it's actually it is, isn't it? Someone, if anyone knows, please let me know inside the chat room, because it does say verses on there. Okay, so this is another thing that comes up, right? He claims that his bank accounts were frozen, but I think that Umar, he was trying to get ahead of this actually coming to the public, because this should become public record at a certain point. So someone said a forfeiture. Okay, I don't think it's an eviction. I don't think it's an eviction, because that would be eviction paperwork. We do know this, though. It's going down. We do know that. Someone said they would initiate foreclosure procedures. Okay, again, this is not my expertise. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Okay, so maybe that would be what's going to take place here. But the point is that it's huge, right? So I have a sense that what Umar is going to do is he's going to try to blame this, and there's other people that's proposed this, like in comment sections from the video that we did yesterday, that what Umar is going to do is he's going to claim that because his bank accounts were frozen, that's why he didn't pay this. But these bills go back from when he purchased these abandoned buildings 6.5 years ago. This makes sense. And then there's also bills that he's on the hook from the previous owner that weren't paid, and when he takes possession of these properties, he's liable for those bills. So he can't use that excuse. I'm talking about logically and reasonably based upon the facts, but he will paint some sort of a narrative, and that may be the narrative. And he, some of his followers, they will believe it. Okay. All right. Okay. And then let's see. A Giant Step says, and then they will foreclose. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what the process is going to be, but it's not going to be right away. I do know that. Eminent domain, forfeit. China says, what? I thought FDMG was coming. It don't look like it right now. All right, real talk. Okay, it's not looking good. I'll tell you that right now. So how's it going, Nurse Alexa? Instead of Umar handling this business and doing what he needs to do today, or coming forward to explain to people what's happening, what is Umar doing today? All right, now we're getting into it. Okay. 2 hours and 18 minutes in with 3,500 people in the building. Shout out to the Cookie Crush chat is undefeated. There is a poll before we get to the video. There's been almost 4,000 votes. My goodness gracious. Will Umar Johnson pay the $38,388.22 by the August 28th? I think it's 25th. August 28th, 2025 deadline. 10% said yes. 78% said no. and 12% say, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to say no, because I don't see how he's going to come up with this.
They got his money froze. He ain't coming up with that.
Wow. Okay. I might quote you on that one. Ginger Spice. All right. It's so true, though. Thank you for the super chat. Well, I done heard it all. I'm going to leave this up here for a while. Let's listen to Umar with his outrageous sin talking. Here we go.
Waiting from the 12th grade, and she still can't count. Why in the hell did you let them graduate your children?
Outrageous.
You call an IEP meeting. You tell them, my daughter is not academically functional or ready to graduate. My son is not
Why is he coming up with these types of scenarios? Man, this guy
academically functional or ready to
What's up, Ruben?
graduate. You will continue to implement my child's IEP until they are academically functional on the 12th grade. And your child can continue to get special ed services right here in New Jersey, or Pennsylvania, or New York, or Texas, or Detroit, or Chicago.
Here you go.
And I'm naming all those cities because everything I'm telling you right now is federal law. So it applies everywhere in America, the Caribbean islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and all other U.S. territories. Stop letting them graduate functionally illiterate special ed children. Black mothers and my fathers, you're going to hear me say a lot. I'm not leaving you out, black man. I appreciate you for fighting for our children. But it's usually the mothers. So I'm going to say mother. I need black mothers to stop getting frustrated and pulling your special ed child out of the charter school. Pulling your special ed child out of the public school. That is a mistake.
Umar, you're outrageous.
Well, Dr. Umar, he wasn't learning. So why did we take him to due process? Dr. Umar, they misdiagnosed him. So why did we get an independent eval? Dr. Umar, I didn't like the
Why are you yelling?
school. So why did we call an IEP meeting and ask for a private school? Stop taking special ed kids out of school. Leave them in, call me, and you fight. Special ed children have more rights than regular children. Let me say it again. Special ed children have more rights than regular children. Special ed children get more money than regular children. So if they got more rights than regular children, if they get more money than regular children, why did you pull them out? Once you pull them out, it's no longer the school's fault. It's yours now. Once you pull them out, it's no longer the IEP team's fault. It's your fault now. You don't take special ed children out of school. You leave them in, you call me, and we fight. Now,
who are you, Umar?
Let's talk about autism.
There you go.
One thing I like about New Jersey, in addition to the beautiful women.
See that? Here we go. Here we go. Outrageous sin.
Cut it out. Stop. I just got out my second scandal. Stop.
I just got out my second scandal.
You talking about Lene? Outrageous sin, but there's a whole lot of other women out here.
Yes, sir.
Listen. What I like about New Jersey is New Jersey has a medical.
Thanks, Ginger. This is hilarious. I wrote that down. I'll be quoting you on this. Okay, I'll give you credit. He's a big bundle of outrageous sin. Thank you for the super chat. Andrea said he's seeking his praise. That's what he's doing right here. Call Dr. Umar. You need me. Yeah, absolutely. That's what he's doing. See, he's already set it up by saying, "Black men, you're not doing what you're supposed to do." So he's tapping into the emotional space of the single black women, right? Then he starts talking all this stuff. But then he drops this whole thing about, the thing about I like about the New Jersey, whatever he said, is the women. Okay, now we get to it.
exemption law for
I think
vaccination.
Andrea.
In the state of New Jersey, you have a no contest medical exemption for vaccinations. You know what that means? In New Jersey, all you have to do is write a letter and get it notarized stating that my child will not take vaccinations because it goes against my religious beliefs.
Okay, Umar, you ain't saying nothing special.
You don't have to name a religion. You don't have to cite a scripture. You don't have to list a church. You simply
You don't have to yell.
have to say it goes against my religious beliefs. I take full responsibility for my child being vaccinated, and they have my permission to continue to attend public school. You get